Hey everybody, I'm Chance Kirby with PilotPointBearcats.com, and I want to welcome you to the Pilot Point Homecoming Parade. I'm here with everybody's favorite son. If Pilot Point had a living mascot, this would be the guy. This is Greg Pelzel. How you doing, Greg?
I'm doing great and proud to be here.
You excited about the parade today?
Yes, sir. I'm glad on my way up, driving in, saw the fans and their tents getting set up for the big-time parade here in Pilot Point.
Well, you know it's homecoming time when you can smell crushed sweet tarts and road tar. You know that's time for the Bearcat Parade. And what better way to honor a storied program than this type of homecoming parade?
You're 100% correct, Chance, and it brings a lot of excitement to this town.
Well, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. This is brought to you today by Southern Junkies, Point Bank, and Irick Real Estate. And what we're going to do today is once the parade starts and goes by, we're going to turn the camera to the parade and let you watch the whole parade, commentate while it's going on, and then once it closes, we'll give you a few words and send you on your way.
Sounds good. Let's have a fun and exciting time.
Pilot Point Homecoming Parade being led onto the square by the mighty Bearcat Band.
Chance, the Bearcat Band strums out the fight song and rolls across the square.
How many times do you think you've heard that fight song in your life, Greg?
Many times, Chance, but we need to not leave it out that our first responders let us in. Chief Hudson, Assistant Chief Cox, and Chief Marks in the Pilot Point Police Department have done a wonderful job leading the parade.
And here we come following up the Pilot Point Band with the Pilot Point varsity cheerleaders. Look at those mums. What kind of interest rate is Point Bank charging on the loans you got to get to buy these mums these days?
Whoa, boy, the government controls that these days, Chance. That would be start at an 8.5 rate.
I can't imagine.
How about
Look at that.
Batman rolling into town?
At what year did it shift from pinning it on your shirt to wearing it as a necklace?
Well, I think it's kind of gotten to a big production, my man. A big production.
There's your varsity football team again playing Ponder tonight, Massey Stadium. Festivities start at 7 o'clock. I assume it's going to be cast.
The Cats look good. They look like they're ready to roll, all dressed in orange.
There's that victory bell. But that was rung for Greg Pelzel, number 10,
Ooh.
many a time.
Back in the day, that bell was quite active through every town in the North Texas, and matter of fact, all over the state of Texas.
Here comes the court. There's Rowdy Robinson and the GOAT, Addison Height.
Looks like Crude Chandler.
Yeah,
and Savannah Fowler.
That is correct. With Kobe Chandler driving. There's Sydney and Jesse Rangel.
Hey, I like the cowboy hats.
I do.
Hey, you
Hey,
bet.
check out this wagon here. I like it. They went more traditional. Skipped the sports car and went straight to the wagon. That's Carlos and Kyra.
I think that's Jake leading the wagon. He's a old Pilot Point grad.
There's Tristan Zambrano, Sophia Sheeter. Man, it's a family affair for the Heights. There's Emerson Height, as well as Cade Stuckley. Throwing out the candy.
Once again, that looks like old Cade sporting the cowboy hat there.
Sophomore court. It's Dwayne Edwards.
Dwayne always sports a nice ride.
2027. Not sure what that is. I'm too old. Would that be the freshman, Greg?
I would think so.
And Banbo, Natalia and Nestor.
There's a lot of paintwork in there.
Kyle and Serena. I have to cheat, Greg. I'm not going to lie. There's no program, and I don't know all these kids anymore.
Well, and you know, with the way things are changing in this town, Chance, I don't know them all either.
We're growing every day. You know, the snapshots next, 2 weeks from now, the snapshot. I mean, we could be 4A before you know it.
That could happen.
PPHS volleyball team. We're old Pilot Point, been here a long time, but we don't know all these kids.
No.
But we do know the difference between Dinards and Denards.
That we do.
Pilot Point cross country team, minus Addison, who we saw drive by
Hey, there's
earlier.
Jeff Price in the front seats.
Hey, one of the most successful coaches on the staff. Pilot Point athletic trainers.
Hey, the job they do. What a fun, wonderful job they do for our athletic teams here in Pilot Point.
That's right. Who we got here, Greg? JV?
Looks like that may be the JV. You know, I think I've seen that floppy hat before somewhere.
We got people walking by handing out candy. I'm going to say this is the junior high.
I would believe to be correct.
Come on, people, we need signage. That would be the 8th grade, because 7th grade, they got a sign. Here they come.
Here they come.
Were you part of the homecoming court, Greg? Were you ever up for homecoming king or anything like that?
Back in the day, I think I made the court maybe once, maybe twice.
Wow, the class of 1973. Who we got in that class, Greg? Can you pick out any of these?
I think maybe in the front seat, maybe one of our bus drivers.
There you go. All right, we got somebody.
There we go.
Not sure what this float is. Again, no signage.
Hey, they all know how to wave. I can tell you
They
that.
practice that
They're
parade
smiling
wave.
and waving.
That's right. What we got here? First thing confuses me is they have ponder
That's Cedar,
colors.
The Cedar Ridge and healthcare out here northeast of town.
Alrighty.
Well, somebody won an award. I don't know exactly what that was for.
Oh, it's Apex, and that is their colors,
Okay,
so it's not
there
their
we
fault.
go.
They didn't choose ponder colors.
You know,
Ponder colors chose them.
I think they've been real successful so far this year, Chance.
Well, hey, while we got a little gap here in the parade, let's bring on a special guest. It's everybody's favorite assistant. You either love to hate him or hate to love him, Travis Marsh. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. I'm here for just a second to catch Malaya go by, and then I have to hurry back, and I need to catch a bus to a Friday night game tonight.
Oh, really? Where does Whitesboro play tonight?
We are taking on the Peaster Greyhounds in Peaster, the last remaining grass field in the district.
Well, as a Bearcat fan, I think we need you to beat Peaster because y'all beat us. And back when you and I had a podcast, I think that's what you always taught me is you want the people that beat you to keep winning, and then the people you haven't played you want to beat. Is that correct?
That's absolutely correct. If we want to roll back the clock to the old Bearcat Insider days, what you're hoping for is a clean district right now, and the winner of Brock and Paradise, you want them to go undefeated, and then you know, everybody else you want to go 1 loss, 2 loss, 3 losses, 4 losses, and so if you're a Bearcat fan, the magic number. If you're a Pilot Point Bearcat fan, the magic number is 3. You're trying to find a way to get to 3 wins.
Well, I am a Pilot Point Bearcat fan, and boy, I do miss this hardcore sports talk that we're having right now, as I'm sure other people do too. But hey, let's get back to this parade real quick. Was you ever in the court? Were you ever like a crew out here? Were you a homecoming nominee?
I was a homecoming court nominee. I did not win. I lost to Ricky Jackson. No shame in that.
No, if you lose to Ricky Jackson, you're doing
no
good.
shame in losing to old Ricky Jackson. So, you know, it's really a pretty special thing here that Pilot Point does with homecoming and the parade. And, you know, as we've talked about on the podcast, I've coached in all the A's, and I've coached around the area And nobody does homecoming quite like Pilot Point does homecoming. And it's really a pretty special deal. You know, and it's the thing about Pilot Point. There's so many special things about it, and you never know what's going to change and what could be different. But hopefully this is one of the things that'll never change.
Was it the pep rally on the square when you were in school, or had that moved to the football field?
It was still the pep rally on the square.
You know, I miss that. I understand for safety reasons that we just can't do that anymore, but that was a better time.
Absolutely. Hey, I got to run. Like I said, I got to bust a catch.
You actually got a job to do?
I have a game to coach tonight, and it's an important one because we're sitting at 2 wins, and like I just talked about, it's a race to 3. So
well, I
hopefully,
appreciate you stopping by to visit me and Greg, and still show up at your Pilot Point homecoming parade.
Hey, absolutely. I'm a Bearcat by job, but I'm a Bearcat at heart. Love this town, love this place, love the kids here. I'm glad that the Pilot Point game's over with. It's my least favorite game whenever you're on the opposing sideline, but you know, it's nothing personal. It's all business, and I was just happy that we took care of business that night. I'll see you guys later.
There you go. All right, Travis, you get back to Whitesboro. Appreciate you stopping by. It's the Fall Festival. Coming up is Pilot Point FFA.
Love the tractor.
I do like the tractor. Were you an FFA, Greg?
Yes, sir.
I was an FFA too.
Yes,
Who was
sir.
your teacher? I had Lloyd Smith.
I had Don Hendricks.
Don Hendricks. What'd you show? You seem like a lamb guy to me.
I showed lambs. I showed heifers. Was a welder.
Wow.
Made egg projects.
I was a pig guy all the way.
You know, I think sometimes that still helps me throughout my career.
I did show chickens and turkeys in Houston, only so we could get to Houston, because at that time the SIFT was in Brenham when I showed. I don't know what we got going on here. Again, no signage, but glad they're in the parade.
Maybe those young men and women custom built that truck.
Possibly.
That could be their project.
Could be they just pulled on the main and got stuck in a parade.
It just may be.
Oh, here comes one of our sponsors, Point Bank. Stopping to hand out candy, excuse me.
That'd be Lisa Cave, and she's rolling up in the Point Banking car.
That's the Point Bank mobile.
That is the Point Bank mobile. Woo! Somebody's fired up a little country music.
Little side note, Greg, on that Point Bank mobile, that used to be where the Point Bank was 2 stops ago. Before it was where the community library is now. Point Bank was located in what's now City Hall.
Awesome. Just remember, it's now Point Banking at Pilot Point at Point Bank.
I don't know what. Heroes and villains.
Oh,
Is this
that
some
looks
Bonnie and
like
Clyde
the
thing?
Bonnie and Clyde gig.
Which is tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken.
They are getting you tuned up for a big day of festivities. It would.
And mentioning Point Bank, I do want to point out this is also sponsored by Southern Junkies, who's provided us with this 2nd-story window, as well as Iric Real Estate. All right, 6th grade cheer.
Hey, they have a magnificent float.
I think they're the winners so far.
Little time and effort into creating that, Chance.
And I guess the theme is superheroes. Here's the 6th grade football float. And there's Spider-Man.
They are claiming they will sling the lines.
I think I see Superman coming now. And I tell you what, these younger kids aren't joking around with these floats. It's going to be a tough call. I guess that's Gotham City.
Woo, look at there. Look at there. We got Batman. Spider-Woman.
I tell you what,
Superman.
one thing about that Superman, I guarantee you he is burning up right now. He is the Superman. He can not pass out from heat exhaustion.
All right.
I don't know what grade that is. Oh, 5th grade. My apologies.
Once again, a wonderful float.
And then here's cheer.
Once again, Chance, as you notice, there's been a lot of young cheerleaders out today.
Yeah, I think they get to all put on a performance here after this at the pep rally. We will not be showing the pep rally. We lost that when we lost the media contract. I don't know if the current media people are doing that. I've heard that there's a Dungeons & Dragons tournament in the dorm, so I'm not 100% sure if they're going to be doing it. But hopefully they will be casting it for you guys to watch that as well.
DFW Home Theater.
One thing we are not short on in this parade is cheerleaders, Greg, like you said.
There is another group of young Bearcat cheerleaders.
Well, I like this truck. This is what should have been pulling that class of '73.
Very nice ride, Chance. Flatbed on top of that.
The sign's pointed the wrong way, so I can't tell what it is.
Well, they've got one of those modern day superheroes, I think, in the back of that
Stick it
truck.
to the lines. More cheerleaders. Under 8 soccer.
You know, pep rallies are a great thing for flatbed trailers.
Yeah, they come in handy for the parade for sure. I am Bearcat. Tame the lions. More cheerleaders. I like their float because they designed it where they can at least have shade while they're driving west.
Very, very creative and smart.
There's the mascot riding there in the Bronco. Middle school volleyball. Not sure what these guys are. No signage again. But
if I was a betting man, I'd bet you got a little soccer working, Chance. They got the
it
soccer
does look
balls
like
on
soccer
the trailer.
jerseys. That's a good eye. Totally missed that.
How about
I
that?
obviously cannot win a Where's Waldo game.
One of the young and up and coming
Pilot Point,
sports in
Unleashed
Pilot Point.
Football. You got a grandson on this team, don't you, Greg?
Yeah, I've got 2 of them on this team, Chance.
Is he out there on the float?
I don't think they're on the float today. I think they have homecoming pep rally in the
Wow,
mighty
there's one-
Bulldog land of Toga.
There's one of our sponsors, Iric Real Estate, Travis and Stephanie, throwing out candy.
How about that? And they've got the bright orange rolling.
Oh, I like this truck. Look at there. That's creative.
I like the ears. That's another one. I would say that's another soccer team.
Well, we are starting a soccer program this year, so it's good that we got all these kids that are interested, so the future looks bright for the soccer team.
I agree.
This team, is it undefeated or is their name undefeated? Makes me wonder.
Well, let's hope that they are.
That's right. I'm gonna
Undefeated.
think positive. I'm gonna think they're undefeated.
I am 100% that we have an undefeated team in Pilot Point.
I think we got another soccer team
Yes, sir.
lining up.
They're rolling out in the red and blue there for their soccer team.
I think that's a Marvel.
I think
So
you're right.
again, I'm old. Got a volleyball team. Everybody doing the princess wave.
There you go. Looks like they've still got a long way to go on the route, and they're out of candy.
It's very important when you're on a float that you proportion your candy correctly.
That is
The people on Harrison get screwed. I
You're-
mean, you throw it all out on the square. You got angry people on Harrison, and they're not waving at. They're not saying you're number one.
right.
That is not what they're saying.
You are correct. But this year they brought their tents out.
Oh.
They are well prepared on Harrison Street.
Well, they got shade and no candy.
There you go.
I'm not sure what's going on here, but there's a float. It's Miss Malone's class. There we go.
There we
Got
go.
Miss Malone's class.
Hey, you know, it's a big day for the kiddos because they get out of school early.
There's Captain America. Oh yeah, parade day's the best. Get to get out of school, get to throw candy, get to eat a bunch of candy.
Well, you know, Chance, the parents are going to think it's even better because the kids will sleep tonight.
Yeah, when I was a kid, you could ride four-wheelers in this, and it kind of was a free day after that because you could ride around town and really not get in trouble. And here's the 4th grade flag football team, followed by 2 folks on horseback. That's when you know you're in Pilot Point right there, Greg.
That's it. You are correct.
Not sure what these guys are, but they're in the parade nonetheless. And then that's it. Pilot Point ISD Police Department bringing up the rear. All right, everybody, that's it. I hope you enjoyed the Homecoming Parade 2023 version with the superhero theme. And before we go, I want to ask you, Greg, you got a prediction for tonight's game?
Chance says Texas football picked Pilot Point by 1. I'm going to go out on a limb and I'm going to say the Bearcats win by 2 touchdowns tonight. Good luck, coaches, and I hope you enjoy the white hats you got this week.
I'm not going to go as far as to name a score, but I can tell you this. Pilot Point has never in the history of the Bearcats lost to the Ponder Lions, and I don't see anything changing tonight. So let's all get ready for a big victory tonight, and we'll see you down the road. This is Chance with PilotPointBearcats.com. I want to thank our sponsors, Point Bank, Southern Junkies, and Iric Real Estate. And again, I'm Chance Kirby. This is everybody's favorite living mascot, Greg Pelzel. What do you got, Greg? You look like you want to say something.
Let's go, Bearcats.